we'll probably be fine because we're working at quite broad levels. But when we start working on techniques that are tailored to the individual, then you'll find that there'll be some times when you won't be working, or you won't have work done on yourself perhaps, or you'll have a limit to what is able to be done because your body's energy system doesn't want any more. That's fine. That works well with how we set everything up. So if you feel that you're having too much done, it's not that you're having too much done, it's just that you're not grounded enough, because the way we teach you to work, it's impossible for you to have too much work done or to force work that isn't appropriate. So if you're feeling wiggly, it's because your energies aren't grounded, and we'll talk more about that. Anon.
Yes, we'll have. Yes, but there are 2 rants this week. One's on grounding, and the other one is on boundaries. So
I'm sure there's going to be some more.
There's
the main ones. Everything comes back to that.
Yeah, but there's 2 things that we very important that we try to impress on our therapist trainees is being grounded and getting your boundaries straight and understanding what happens when your boundaries get mashed. It's good for general life, but it's crucial if you're a therapist or you want to be a therapist.
Yeah. And for people working around crystals, it's very strange how it is. Crystals are the most basic, fundamental matter in the universe. The simplest, basic thing. A couple of atoms of this, a couple of atoms of that, stable form. And yet what happens when people interact with them? They go off on one. It completely start consciousness and awareness and imagination expands horrendously or wonderfully, depending on how you see it, how it affects you. But it's always a bit ironic that the most solid thing in the universe can create the most gobbledygook that people think or write about. And you do see this in some of the writers. They start off writing very nicely about crystal therapy, and then by the 3rd book they're completely away with the fairies. I mean, it's as though, and this is actually an important factor, is that the more you connect with something that is at the basis of all reality, minerals and atoms, the more access you have to the information on all the different invisible levels that you can't see. And so, without a natural sense of discrimination, you can spin off the planet really easily. That's the danger of working with things that have the potential for so much transformation.